Welcome to our video, the digital marketing training. Trust your day is awesome. So we'll have in this training, practical digital marketing training, mentorship and support for CEO, marketing managers and sales executives. We have 4 series and we're starting with this one, so we have other videos to come. So our aims and objectives for this training: number 1 is for you to have the basic understanding of digital marketing, because we've seen that it's true, so many people talk about digital marketing, and so many, of course, businesses globally need digital marketing, but people don't have the understanding. And that's why on most times, small businesses especially don't have returns, expected returns. So part of their plan is to make you understand what is digital marketing, have the understanding, not just doing it without knowledge. Then we want to equip you on how your company can get the best from your digital engagement. It's very, very key. It's very, very important that you're not just investing, you're having returns, robust returns on investment. So we want to help you get robust returns, like I said, on your digital investment. So I'm Blessed Dollar Saint. I'm a coach, I'm a digital instructor, I'm a reality speaker. I let people know I'm not, we have motivational speakers. Of course, I motivate people, but I don't motivate you on what cannot happen, what does not happen, or what cannot, what is not real. For me, I practice things, so I can tell you whatever I'm telling you, it's sure because I've practiced them, because I know they work. I don't tell you what I just read in paper. I don't just read books and tell you. I have company, I run companies, I practice all these things. I have followers in digital space. So I've failed and I've passed. So we still failing and passing. We keep getting it, we're trying it. So that's why I'm a reality speaker, and of course, I'm a pastor. I have a mandate of financial leadership and spiritual empowerment. We have the Kingdom Crusaders International, the ministry, and we have Empower Project. We move on. So I ask you this question to start with. What is your goal? What is your goal? I need you to take a pen and ask yourself, what is my goal? When we talk about digital marketing, what is my goal? What do I want to achieve? Now, there are lots of misconceptions. There are so many things people take as goal. For example, some take Instagram as goal. So I ask you, is Instagram your goal? Let me say digital marketing. What is your goal? Is Facebook your goal? I know I'm asking all these questions. What is your goal? Is Instagram your goal? Is Facebook your goal? Is LinkedIn your goal? What is your goal? Is WhatsApp your goal? Because I'm asking because many of us have engagement in all these platforms, and on daily, weekly, monthly basis, you buy data, and all these things collect your money on regular basis. Is it email that is your goal? Is it social media generally that's your goal? What is your goal? Is it your website, a wonderful, user-friendly website that's your goal? No, they are not your goal. They are all objects or tools. They're not for the subject or your goal. They are tools to work. They are tools for you. Many have turned them to goals. They are not. Wow, see how people have turned Instagram to go to goal is they wake up, they target, and they, of course, follow is good. Follow me, I follow. But I ask you, you have 10,000 people following you, fine, and you keep working about following. But what do you get from the following? What's the target? That people are following you, what's the target? So follow you, people following you on Instagram, people have 1 million likes on Facebook. It's not the goal. What is your goal? These are the tools, but your primary goal, your main goal is to what? To sell. Your main goal is to sell. So the followers you have on Instagram, the 1 million likes on Facebook, your engagement in LinkedIn, your top emails, market, whatever you do, it's towards selling. So it's selling that controls, that brings about marketing. If you don't have a goal of selling, you don't need digital marketing. But if you want to sell, then you need digital marketing. So your main goal of digital marketing is to sell. So let it always ring, because I see so many people, they engage in different platforms that is not bringing back to them. They engage and they are celebrating it. Then I ask, how much has that brought to you? Now you on like I said, regular basis, you buy data, you consume data, all these are going out from you, or resources are going out, your own time, your own money. But the question is that what revenue is coming back to you? So you need to understand that your goal, and this will check you in things you do on internet. That my goal on internet, my goal for digital marketing, my goal as digital is concerned is to sell. So now having considered that, okay, our goal is to sell, then I will let you know the 10 key factors that control sales generally. This is either online or anywhere. This controls sales, and we need to take note of them. Now, these 10 factors, what I expect us to do is, some are for us, some work against us. So for those that for us, we need to maximize them. For those that are against our businesses, we need to disrupt around them. And that's the concept of digital marketing, that you're able to maximize the factors that support your sales, and then you're able to disrupt around the factors that are against your sales. So the number one factor that controls sales is needs, people's needs. When there is a need, people, there is going to be a space. So when your product is to meet needs, then there's an automatic sales for you. So the number one of the 10 factors that control sales is need. Is there a need for that product? Is there a need for that service? If there is a need for a service, you are definitely going to sell. So your marketing is going to channel towards those that are in need of your services, or those are in need of your products. So the number one factor that controls sales is needs. For example, we need food. We need to always eat food. So you should know that those who are in the food business, we always sell. The rice you eat today is not the one you're going to eat tomorrow. We need another one. So food is a need, and so many things like that are needs. So it's number one thing that controls sales anywhere globally. This is number one. Where there is a need, of course there will be requirement, there will be need. Once there is a need, then it means there is opportunity for your product. So the number one thing is that, is my product meeting needs? Is my product meeting needs? Is my services meeting needs? That is the number one question. That's the factor. Then number two is location. Location is the second thing that controls sales. Or you may have good products, but in that location, it's not required, or it's not needed. But there are locations that particular stuff is needed, or where you people need your service somewhere, but your location is in different place. So location again affects, it controls sales. The location, the location of your business. For example, you have very good and cheaper product in your shop, but if where you are is far, or it's inside, and there's someone closer to me, I probably may not know that you exist somewhere. So I will have to go for someone around my location, someone I can easily reach out to. And that's why I talk about factors, that those factors, there are some that they are in our support, there are some that are against our business. So what we do is that we maximize the one that in our support of our business, but for one that are not in support of our business, we disrupt. So like for location, so now location is not, let's say location is not in support of a business, then you need to begin to think of how to disrupt. And that's where digital marketing, for example, and logistics now come in. So location is another factor that control sales. Now I'm doing this, my approach to digital marketing is different from what you have outside, is different from the regular way of they teach. Mine is one, I've had experiences about this, and I had to sit down and come up with some things technically. So I try to solve technical issues, and practical, we call it's practical digital marketing. So if it's practical, then let's really be practical. So you know that number one factor that controls sales is needs. The number two factor that controls sales is location, where you are. And remember I said that for all these 10 factors, there are some that is support of your business, there are some that are against. Never mind, the 10 are still useful, because the ones that are in support of your business, you find a way to maximize them, and the ones that are against the business, you find a way to disrupt them to get result all the same. Let's move on. Now the next one is product name. Product name, again, to some extent matter. What's the product name? It may not be, but sometimes the name will sell some. There's some name that sell product. So your product name also again matter when we talk about sales. Then again, influence. Now that is why so many people use influencer. When a new product is being released, because of credibility, and because people want to save money, because people don't want to waste money, the first question that comes to mind is that who is using it. One, for that, and then for class, so to say. You say who is using it. When you hear the names that are using it, when you hear the names that are pushing it, one, it's for sometimes for interest. The influencer, one of the things that influencers do is that is winning interest. They're able to win interest of their followers, of the people they influence. That's one. And then they're able to build credibility around the product, that if this person is using it, I think it's a good product. So influence again is another factor that controls sales. If we remember when a footballer did something about a brand, we remember what happened. Immediately the market of that brand dropped that from that day, and so they had to quickly work. Of course, they quickly disrupt. So they have a way of promotion to disrupt that. But what the influencer did, the footballer did that day, affected their market, affected everything about their brand that period. So, So what an influencer does about your product matters a lot. So because influence controls sales. So whatever controls sales, of course, you know it controls the market or the marketing process and strategy. So influence controls sales. So that's why we have to understand who is coming in and who is talking about our product and services and how they talk about it. And that is why they always say customer is key. In fact, some say customers are king, customers are always right. Because if I come to your store and I have an impression, if I have a negative impression, I'm going to talk to other people about you. If I have a positive impression, I'm going to talk to other people about you. So you can see how influence controls sales. So we have to take this serious, and that's not about maximizing and disrupting. So influence, and that's why you see so many people running after influencer that, oh, please, I need your I need you to help us talk about this. And we've seen so many influencers talking about product, and it's in some cases it may not, but in most time it works, it sells, because those that have follower, those that that influencer is a model to some people. So those that are following that influencer, they want to, there's a way it builds interest into buying the product or the services or patronage, or their the credibility about it, that, oh, it's a good product. So then another factor that affect sales is season. Some products are seasonal. So if your product is seasonal, you're going to find a way in disruption to make it a regular. You know that, of course, you have your peak sales during the season, but that doesn't mean that you'll be out of business when it's not the season. So you have a way to maximize season and then disrupt, come up with a disruption arrangement uh, when it's not the season. So season again is another factor that controls sales. Season, since when you say seasonal control sales. Then another one is interest, people's interest. Interest differs. There are things I like, there are things you like. My interest may be different from your own. So, and that is going to decide the choice of product we buy. So interest is a factor as well that controls sales, and that is why in setting up funnel and demography, you have to take your products and services to the people, primarily to the people that have interest, while you are winning on other people's interest. But the primary sales is to those that you notice that they have interest in perhaps your process of promotion or in the product itself. So interest is another factor that control sales. Very important. You need to understand this. And the next one is culture. You have to really understand that culture as well affect sales. You know, there are some cultures that there are so in some areas they don't eat some particular food or meat. So if you take meat that they don't eat and you want to sell in that same place, of course, you know what it means. Because it's not in their culture, it's against their culture. So you cannot sell what is against a culture in a place. But meanwhile, there are some of this culture that disruption can adjust. Okay, we heard of a story, we heard of this story of two guys said night sent to a country to market shoe. And the two guys got there. The first one said in this country they don't wear shoe. Now the first one got there, said, wow, these people don't wear shoe. Their culture is that they don't wear shoe. So there's no point coming here. We cannot sell here. We cannot sell here. They don't wear shoe. So what is the point? That's a culture. And the guy and that's a culture that is against their sales. But the other guy said, wow, this is business. That's destruction. So this is business. These people don't wear shoe. We can make them wear shoe. We make money. So look at the same scenario and the different understanding. Now, here is when someone understand the culture and just run away from, didn't think of the way. That's why I said these factors, what we are to do is the one that in support of our products or business or services, to find a way to maximize them. But the one that are against, we think strategically to disrupt. That's the way. So for the shoe, so someone I said, look, this is market for us, and there's disruption, and it worked. And of course, we've seen so many companies that have come up with disruption strategies around culture, and they've had results. They've had results. So it's not totally that culture would not. You find a way around it, but we have to understand that culture affects sales. It controls sales. Of course, we still know that there are some countries that you can't sell some things. So we need to understand that culture control sales. Culture control sales. The next one is opinion. Opinion is different from interest. Interest, you don't think about it. When it comes to interest, this is just where you flow. It's just you flow when it comes to interest. But opinion is your reasoning around product. So people's reasoning, people's perspective around product and services again is going to control sales. And I've discovered that influence affects opinion. So the influence and opinion, there's a way they work. If you influence me about a product, it changes my opinion about that product. So you see that same way influence affects product, the same way opinion affect product. So if I have good opinion about your product, of course I'm going to say, let's say I'm simple, I don't have any opinion about it before, I'm just for in or out, and someone is able to convince me of the product, then I'm in. But let's say I already I have a wrong perspective about the product, but a person I respect, maybe someone you respect so much now tells you about it, and that, or you go to their place, and you see that this is the product they use, and of course I ask questions, oh, this is wonderful. Your opinion about that product is going to change immediately. So opinion is another factor that controls sales. Opinion. So I am making this clear to us, and I'm talking about uh, uh, maximizing and disrupting, because it's going to affect our return. All this will affect our return on investment. Then next one is trending. Yes, trending again, it is another thing. When you see a story that is trending, the story tends most time sell the product collected. And there are times there are products that trend on their own. Or when an influencer, for example, I remember, an influencer just tried to do a certain hairstyle, hairdo, before you know it, it's everywhere. Oh, this is a type of clothing. Oh, it's everywhere. Well, sometimes something just come up, it becomes trending, and people maximize that. So trending sometimes control sales. You see people going, I want to buy this, I want to buy this because it's trending. It's in vogue now. So trending is something, but for every good business, you don't base your all your of course you maximize trending, but that is not a key factor that should determine your business should be current forever, not running based on trending. Because if your business is around trending is not forever. Trending always have itself like seasonal. So your business should just maximize in disruption, maximize trending, but not carried by trending. It's not going to, that business is not going to last. You don't build on trending. Don't build on what is in vogue, what is trending. You don't build on that. You can only maximize that. Like you see, there may be a season. Okay, this one, there may be a season going on, or a challenge going on. A challenge is for trending. It's not. You don't build your business around challenge. A challenge is a challenge come, rule, reign, and leave the stage. That's the one about challenge, and that's about trending. So what trending during whatever is trending control says at that moment. So we are talking about sales. And then another thing that we consider lastly is number 10 is behavior. Behavior again, the behavior too has a way of controlling sales. Behavior, people's behavior. And we talk, of course, remember we talk about cultural behavior in different formats, and behavior age, the harms of people you relate with. For example, the behavior of a teenager is different from an adult, and there are products that are for different ages. So behavior is going to determine in a way, it's going to determine sales. It affects, it controls sales as well. So all these factors, we have to really understand that they are there to help us if we understand. So it depends on the perspective you have. So don't forget needs, location, product name, influence, season, interest, culture, opinion, trending, and behavior. These 10 factors control sales. So for us to enjoy consistent, robust return on investment, we must plan our marketing strategically in line or as reach disruption to these factors. So now we have, you know, the 10 factors. So the number one thing we need to do before we move to the other aspect of marketing, digital marketing, is to understand all these things and all these factors, and perhaps you have other ones you think about. Understand them. Note the ones that are already in support of your business or services, and then the ones that are not in support. So what you do is that you have a strategic marketing plan towards maximizing the ones that are in support of your business, and then risk disruption strategies to combat those ones that are not in support, in order for you to maximize, get the best from these 10 factors that control sales. This is the assignment for you right now. I need you to sit down, get your pen, and think around these 10 factors. Put your business at the center and think around it. This one needs this. When you come to needs, you ask yourself who are actually in need of my product. Is my product, do they, because I think some people ideas may be good but may not be what we need. And that is one serious thing I need to tell us. I've seen so many people have idea and they jump, and you look at it, it's just like, what for? I mean, some people waste energy on what is not needed. Don't waste your energy on what is not needed. Your product must meet needs. Your product and services must meet needs. And some have products and services, they don't even know the needs they are meeting. They don't know the needs and who. So you have to define that. So you have to take your pen, look at all these factors and where your business stands. write your business one side, and on the other side, take these factors one after the other and look at, okay, is this in support of my business? If it's not, if it's in support of our business, now we're going to go into the next. The video is about how to we're talking about how to walk around the factors. I'm coming up, we're going to have the tools first, and we're going to have the hard secrets. So in the hard secrets, we're going to see how to walk, either to maximize or to disrupt. And I'm not going to do that for you. Mine is to show you how it works. You are the one to sit down and now see the one, those I'm going to give us the hard secrets. Then you bring them in to solve, either to maximize the ones in support of your business among the factors, or to disrupt the ones that are against your business in those factors. But right now, what I need you to do, like I said, we have like these are 4 or 5 series videos. I need to stop here so that you can sit down and think about what we have talked about today. Now, I want results, so I'm not going to load you with all the digital marketing topics. That's not what you need now. All we are after is that your business is online, is running, and is giving you profit. That's what we're after. So we need to get it right. So it's a collaboration. Let's work together. I need you, you need me. Now, I need you to spend time, watch this video over and over. It's going to be made available. You watch over and over. Make sure you get this and get your paper, your jotter, write out your business and how it affects, how these factors affect your business. Go through from all that we've talked about, and make you know that your target, your primary goal is to sell. So if you want to sell, I need us to take it one step after the other. I need you to do everything that is coming as an assignment. So the number one assignment today is that you take your pen, consider the factors and how they relate to your business. When you know that, oh, this one is in support of my business, this one is against my business, by the time we move to the next session, the move video, you will be able to see how to answer that. And of course, we have other videos that will be able to really solve so many business. We have a target, and the target is for you to have robust return on your investment. Thank you. I'll come your way in the next video.